What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Mock Draft Guy YouTube channel. This is it. This is 32 out of 32. This is my last 2023 7-round team mock draft, and we have landed on the Baltimore Ravens. No particular reason really why the Ravens were the last team, kind of just the way that it fell for a while. I was waiting to hear about more news on Lamar Jackson, but eventually the series had to come to an end, so I just had to bite the bullet and I had to get it done. So as you see here, this is not the picks that the Baltimore Ravens currently possess. I did a little bit of trading. I will explain in a minute, but the first couple things I want to get to real quick before we get into this is number one, thank you guys so much for the amazing support and the amazing growth over this series. This is now the second year running that I've done this, and I could honestly say that this series of doing all 32 teams, 7-round team mock draft has changed my channel, has changed everything about this YouTube experience for me. I can't thank you guys enough. I probably wouldn't be doing this right now if I didn't start the series last year. I probably would have gave up a long time ago. So really, thank you guys so much for all your positive comments, positive feedback, negative comments, negative feedback, telling me I shouldn't quit my day job. And you're right, because that's what pays my bills. But But really, thank you guys so much. I always say that I'm just a schmuck with a microphone. So the fact that you guys take the time out of your day to watch, listen, comment, give me feedback, it just means the world to me. So thank you guys so much for that. And I can't wait to do it again next year. Number two, doing a live stream for the first round of the 2023 NFL mock draft. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel and you are interested in tuning into that, please subscribe and hit that notification bell, and you won't miss it next Thursday at 8 p.m. Got a ton of guys coming on. It's going to be a lot of creators. We're going to have a lot of fun just talking football, looking at the picks, kind of giving our analysis as the picks go in. It's going to be a heck of a time. I'm really excited for it. And without further delay, let's get into it here. So the Baltimore Ravens do possess the 22nd overall pick. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've been going through these simulations, going through different ways to draft for the Baltimore Ravens for so long now. And I just can't find a system that works for me. And at 22, I feel like a lot of the elite players that could help the Ravens right away will be gone. And in the simulation, they were gone. I was really shooting for Deonte Banks in the first round or Zay Flowers, and they were both gone. And there wasn't a edge prospect that I was, a 3-4 edge prospect that I was really confident in taking at 22. So I did get a nice offer from the Seattle Seahawks. Why they would want to trade up, I don't know. They have 2 first-round picks already, be that as it may. They wanted 22, and I got 37, 83. What was it, 37? It was 37, 83, 123, and then like a second for the next year or something like that for pick 122. So I took it. I thought getting 3 picks inside the first 125 would be great. But then I saw that we had 37, 83, and 86, and 124 and 123. That didn't sit well with me. So I decided to make another trade as well. I traded the 83rd overall pick, the 86th overall pick, excuse me, and the 124th overall pick, and I got the 66th pick and the 213th pick from the Arizona Cardinals. I'm a big fan of having more quality picks. I'd rather have, instead of having 2 picks inside the first 86, we now have 3 picks inside the first 83. So it gives us a little bit more leverage. And I got to be honest with you guys, looking at this roster, besides wide receiver, edge, and cornerback, and maybe a little bit of offensive line depth, the Ravens really don't have a bad roster. They have a lot of guys, a lot of young guys that were injured last year that are looking to make an impact this year as well. They have good depth pieces, good young depth pieces. I was thinking about getting a nose tackle depth piece. Then they have Travis Jones. They have David Ojabo waiting in the ranks as well. It's a really sort of kind of well-constructed roster, if you really ask me. They have a lot of young corners, but that's the thing. I think we still need a young corner. Maybe not at 37. There's a real dead spot here for me. Don't get me wrong. I think this is one of the most talented cornerback draft classes we've had in quite some time. But I feel like after you get past those 6 elite cornerback prospects, there's a little bit of a dead zone between maybe like the back end of the first and the entire second round where I don't really know how comfortable I'm going to be taking some of those players. So that's why I decided to shift the picks around. We did wind up picking up, I think, 2 extra picks. So at the end of the day, now we have 7 picks instead of 5, and I think we have a little bit more value, even though we don't have a first round pick. So at 37 here, I'm looking for an edge piece. There's 2 guys that stick out to me a lot here. You have Adetomiwa Adebawore, who's someone that I'm really, really interested in, a freak athlete for his size, 6'2", 285 pounds, runs a sub-4, 5 40-yard dash. The production's just not there, but he's also learning the position as well. Sort of kind of reminded me of when the Ravens took Odafe Owa a few years ago, someone who was kind of figuring out how to play football but had the athletic traits of a god. He sort of kind of has put it together. He's carved out a pretty nice career up until this point, still waiting for him to truly, truly break out. So I don't know exactly which way the Ravens would want to go, but I would want to go Keon White here, and that's what I'm going to take at 37. Keon White is a freak of nature, 6 foot, I think it's 6'5", 280 pounds as well. He's a tremendous athlete. He's been playing the edge 2 years at Georgia Tech now, I believe, or 1 year. Either way, he was super productive this past season. 7 sacks from the edge position. I think he would make a really nice adjustment to a 3-4 interior defensive, and I think that would be the perfect fit for him, where he can get some of those one-on-one battles inside the outside shoulder of the guard himself. Another guy as well kind of reminds me of Odafe Owa, where he's kind of sort of still learning the position. At least you're getting the production from him. And he's got tremendous pass rushing upside as well. He's pretty decent in run defending as well, something that he could work on. He's more of I don't want to say a project because he's really not. He's not a finished piece, is what I would say. And I think that this is someone that kind of sort of fits the Ravens mentality. We're going to take a super athletic guy, and he's going to figure it out along the way. So I'm going to take Keon White at 37. And this is exactly who I was looking for at this point in the draft. At pick 66, if Tyrique Stevenson's still on the board, I'm going Tyrique Stevenson here. 6 foot, 200 pounds, has long arms, is a really good athlete, can run with the best of them on the outside, low 4.4 speed as well, not afraid to get handsy, good in man coverage, good in zone coverage as well. I feel like Tyrique Stevenson would be a really, really good replacement for Marcus Peters if he decides eventually not to come back. I believe he's still a free agent at the time of recording, which is April 18th. So right now we're looking at Marlon Humphrey on the outside and really not too much else. So I'm going to take Tyrique Stevenson if he's on the board at pick 66. And this is really the reason why I traded up to get a mid pick in between 37 and 83, because you just never know what prospects are going to fall your way and you don't want to miss out. So instead of trading up at that time, I already have a pick, and now I can make the pick of Tyrique Stevenson at pick number 66. Now I'm going to take someone at pick number 83 that I don't really know on draft day if this person will be there. But my God, if he falls to the Ravens, you got to run the pick up and get him. And for me, that's Jonathan Mingo. This is someone who not even that long ago was considered like a 5th or 6th round pick. And then stuff started picking up some steam. I think teams kind of forgot 6'2", 220 pounds, 4.45 speed on the outside. You know, he's got a tremendous release package. He can create separation like no one else. Ole Miss over the past few years is becoming one of those wide receiver universities that we've seen. You know, you'd think A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, Elijah Moore, guys like that. If you want to go as far back as Laquan Treadwell, he didn't really work out, but you know, they get highly drafted wide receivers. They're doing something down there in Ole Miss, but I think this would be an amazing addition. I know you got Rashad Bateman, Devin Duvernay, Odell Beckham Jr. We don't know what we're getting from Odell Beckham, so I wouldn't want to put all my eggs in one basket, because if Odell gets hurt, then you're stuck with Devin Duvernay and Rashad Bateman. Bateman can't stay healthy either, and then you're left with Devin Duvernay. So I think that you got to – and Nelson Aguilar, excuse me. You got to go out there and you got to get another bona fide wide receiver that can start right away. And for me, at 83, if he's there, that's Jonathan Mingo. At pick number 123, I'm going to go with a little interior offensive line depth. I like Nick Broker a lot from Ole Miss. Back-to-back Ole Miss picks. Didn't even realize that until just now. This is someone who has experience all along the offensive line. And I know what you're probably thinking, you know, we got Tyler Linderbaum last year. We have as well. Ben Cleveland. They have a good offensive line. Don't get me wrong. This is more insurance, and then potentially, if he develops correctly, could be a long-term replacement for Kevin Zeitler as well. As we know, he's entering his age 34 season. That's not really a big red flag, though. We know that offensive linemen can go into their upper 30s as well, but you just never know. You want to have an insurance plan. And Broker, at 6'5", 315 pounds, was the 5th most athletic guard at the NFL Combine as well. Let's not forget that. So he can pull, that's for sure. He's a good blocker as well. All around a pretty decent backup player. So I'm going to take him here at 123. At pick number 157, I'm going to take a safety here. I know that with Kyle Hamilton not really being that 3-down safety, he's really more of a chess piece, someone that was going to move all along the defense. You have Marcus Williams as well, and you have Geno Stone, let's not forget. But the Baltimore Ravens love to play with 3 safeties in rotation, so I feel like having just those 3 guys play at the same time, I don't know. I want a little bit more depth here. And Daniel Scott is still on the board. And I got to be honest with you, great size, 6'1", 210 pounds, tremendous athleticism as well. He scored an 87 overall athleticism score at the Combine. And really a lot of two things that people were worried about with him was his age and his speed. Yes, he's going to be a 25-year-old rookie. He played 6 seasons at Cal. Super productive, by the way. 3 straight seasons of over 3 interceptions. And then his speed. People were thinking he was going to run in the high 4.6s and the 4.7s. He ran a 4.45, so he could definitely keep up with play as well. He's a pretty good tackler. He has some areas in his game that he needs to improve, but a really, really solid backup here at 157. I just can't really help myself here. Pick number 199. I'm not a fan of Anthony Brown. I don't think he really offers anything if we get down to it. I fully believe that Lamar Jackson will be playing in Baltimore this next season. Then you have Tyler Huntley. Let's get rid of Anthony Brown here. I like Malik Cunningham. Think of you will with this pick, but if there's any team that can turn a bona fide athlete into a legitimate quarterback, it's the Baltimore Ravens. And that's what Malik Cunningham is. And he's a quarterback from Louisville. So maybe the Baltimore Ravens are thinking, hey, lightning can strike twice. You never know. So this is a guy who's supremely athletic, actually has really good traits. He's a little bit undersized for the quarterback position, but man, is he a tremendous athlete. We saw exactly what happened with Lamar Jackson. They turned him into a quarterback. And I think they could do the same thing with Malik Cunningham, and I think he could replace Anthony Brown on the roster, and that at least gives you someone with a little bit more playmaking ability as the 3rd-string quarterback. Boy, I'm just loading up on the athletes in this draft. At the last pick at 213, I'm going to take Tyler Lacey here from Oklahoma State. Another supremely gifted athlete for the defensive line position. 5th overall score at the NFL Combine in terms of productivity, in terms of athleticism. The 4th overall defensive lineman in terms of athleticism. Couldn't think of the word there for a second. The line's going a mile a minute here. But I think this offers a lot more depth. Clearly, if you look at the positions, the positional groups for the Baltimore Ravens, you're looking at defensive line saying, wow, that is a pretty poor group. So if you can get someone like Keon White and maybe someone like Tyler Lacey in the 6th, 7th round who offers tremendous upside, another guy who's just really an athlete that has to put it all together at the next level to be a success, I really feel like Baltimore loves these athletes that they could just make into good players. And if Tyler Lacey's on the board here with this traded pick at 213, I have to take him because it's really just a surplus pick at that point. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Not only is that your full 7-round 2023 Baltimore Ravens mock draft, that is my last team mock draft of the draft season. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like. Please comment below. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss all the exciting stuff that I have planned over this next 9 to 10 day period and beyond. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. Have a great day, and I hope I see you in the next one.